Okay, so here's a little bit of knowledge for you guys. I said before that you should venture into some of the more ancient accounts of, I don't know, supernatural, strange events, weirdness, all around, paranormal fuckery. The stuff that we're going through now. You can find traces of it going back for centuries. For example, the legend of the Changeling. If you're not familiar with the Changeling, it is a legend. Oh, I say legend loosely. It is a legend that goes all the way back to ancient Ireland, Scotland. I even believe England. They had accounts in England. And these are accounts of things that have been happening, that are still happening. They just had different names for them. So basically, when it came to changelings, you had the Fae, who were like the fairies, but they weren't the cute, friendly Tinkerbell type bastards that you see in like Disney movies. These were malevolent, awful creatures, right? They could manipulate reality almost to create illusions, false images, whatever they wanted. They didn't have a set or defined form. They could change their form, but they were from a dimension that was close to ours. But fairies had this obsession with human children, especially the cute ones. And what they would do is they would sneak in and take a newborn baby and replace it with one of theirs. Or sometimes it wouldn't even be a fairy child. It would be like a hunk of wood, or like a tree stump, or just some inanimate object that they put a glamour around to make it appear as it was, a child. Because this is what they could do. This is what they had the ability to do. But most of the time, it was a fairy child. And not even a fairy child. Sometimes they were just like old, decrepit fairies who just wanted to live a human life. And they would replace these children, and a lot of the parents would start to figure out that there was just something wrong with their child. They were just, I don't know, sickly, or there was something just wrong with their behavior. They didn't act normal. And over the years, they came up with ways to, I guess, test for changelings. You'd have to read about it. You'd have to look into it. But the reason I say all of this is because I had a dream the other night that these creatures were going into hospitals and taking human children and replacing them with doppelgangers, and then taking the actual children into underground bunkers where they were eating them, torturing them, doing whatever to them. And I don't know, it sounds a lot like the fairy story. So, I say again, you guys really need to open your eyes, and you really need to take in everything that you can, especially old stories, because there's a lot of truth in them. And I think that what's going on now isn't much different from what was going on back then. I just think that, I don't know, I think it's just on a larger scale. Anyway, take it easy, guys.